there's not one size fits all in terms of what best visualisation is best for what type of data. Data that conveys interconnectedness or networking, which can be in a supply chain, or they can be physical networks, or they can be social networks. You're looking at certain types of network diagrams. Data that has low dimensionality, sometimes traditional graphs work well with pictures and colours. As you saw from my presentation, I have a particular bent towards a form of visualisation from the machine learning domain called the self-organising map, because that's unrestricted in the number of dimensions you can communicate visually. And I've used that across many different problem domains, from marketing to customers of a bank or a telco to helping a guy most effectively grow his tuna fish. So whilst there's not one size fits all, I'm a big fan of that particular method of visualisation. It's actually not my area of expertise, but I know what good ones are when I see it. Who was the guy that said, "I'm not sure how you define pornography, but I know what it is when I see it"? You know a good visualisation when it's intuitively communicating to you in a way that doesn't confuse you exactly what it is, the message is behind the numbers. And there's certainly a skill to that. And making it beautiful, there's a skill to that as well, which isn't my skill. So the top 3 things you want an analyst to know when they're preparing a visual is to ensure, to start with, they understand, whether it's the brief or the business problem. Because analysts are a form of creative folk themselves. They're just creative within rigid structures, and will go running off down these rabbit warrens producing, "Oh, isn't this sexy what I've produced here? Hang on a minute. Is it appropriate to the brief and the audience?" So have you got the business problem right? Do you know what they're going to do about it? Okay, so now this visualisation has got to be directly related to that, or an important stepping stone on the story of the answer I'm giving you. Otherwise you're wasting time, right? The other one is obviously best practice stuff and simple hygiene, and the best way to independently test that is show your first draft to someone who knows nothing about the project. What's this language here? Why isn't this labelled? What does this metric mean? And then the third one is ensure it looks beautiful, There are the right way and the wrong way to design things. In terms of colours, in terms of layout, in terms of the golden ratio and phi, which turns up everywhere, and it's just those little tweaks. An old boss of mine once said, "You don't buy a $300,000 Mercedes with fingerprints on it." So the information might be right in the visual, but take the time to make it look beautiful as well. Visualisation is only a minor area of what I do. So I just have to know that there are people I can rely on for it. They've got to appreciate visualisations.
But who are those people who can understand your analytics and that language and then make that thing?
So they're often digital practitioners. They're people that have come from a design angle, but are interested enough in that specific part of design that relates to visually conveying information.
Infographic specialists.
Infographics is part of it. Effective communicators, again, like a good data miner.
There's not many of those people.
But data miners, the best data miners I've had have come from such a wide variety of disciplines, everything from accounting to hardcore theoretical maths and everything in between.
So it's a talent, not a science.
Maybe it's a talent. It is an art and a science put together. Absolutely.